Hey, Shalom, Yashala. I'm going to start off source by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kodash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and honors you brothers doing the work in truth, what sincerity. So, a quick one on adultery. You'd be out and about, you'd be at work, you'd be here, you'd be there. And every now and then, you just in your spirit of reflection, you're observing people, observing behaviors, and stuff like that. People might ask you questions, whatever, what have you, to the effect of, hey, who would you bang? And it's actually happened to me yesterday. It's like, hey, who here would you bang? Right, and I was like, they've all got boyfriends in it. And then the gays was like, nah, that wasn't the question though. Like, who would you bang? I'm like, bro, they all got, and it was just, and that is the sentiment that is in this place of it doesn't matter. Yet these are the same people who, if that were to happen to them, they will be in long term relationships, this, that, and the other. But if someone fucked their woman, right, they'll be all crying, man. They'll be seeking revenge, yet they're willing to do it to another man, and that's just the wickedness and the of this kingdom that we're in, right? Whereas the law is plain, which is why in the scriptures, right? Uh, 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 there's a punishment for that, because right now there isn't a punishment for adultery in the sight of men, right? Spiritually there's spiritually there's a punishment for adultery, right? But in the sight of men, right, there isn't. So they feel like they're getting away with it, which is why they do it and do it. Whereas when you read the law, right, that's punishable by death. You read that in Deuteronomy, the 26th chapter, right? If I'm remembering it correctly. Right, so it says Exodus 20 and 14. It says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." Right, and that's plain and to the point, man. Don't be fucking another man's woman, man. And in fact, let me get the one in Deuteronomy as well, because it helps break down the different situations. Where is it? It's 22, is it, maybe? Yeah, it's 22. Right. Start from 22. It says, "If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel." Right, and that would have been a public a death, and everyone would have been like, "Yo, shit, yeah, you don't want to be doing that, man." Right. You look at a woman to lust after, then you have flashbacks of that stoning that you saw, right? And you'd be like, nah, fuck that. You boot that demon. But right now, like I said, in the sight of men, there isn't no punishment for adultery. So people are like, fuck it, get my nuts off, right? And I was even just thinking, it's like, even on a carnal level, it's like, what do you get from it? What does it benefit you? It's pussy like every other pussy, right? She's got her man's sperm all up in her vagina. Now you're going all up in there, right? It's like, what really does it benefit you, man? Right? But that's that those wicked lusts that that these people have on them, right? They get off on the fact that it's someone else's a woman, which really that's a homosexual desire, right? I remember I was reasoning with a brother one time, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I was dealing with a chick, and he was talking about when he was back in the world. It was like I was dealing with a chick, and before I was dealing with her, no one was really checking for her, right? But then he said after I started dealing with her, people started checking for her." Right, but then we started going deeper, and it was like, okay, cool. And he was like, when I started dealing with her, I started putting her on some game. Started basically putting his spirit on her, right? So she started maybe eating a bit more, so that she kind of fleshes out, and she started dressing more how he that particular brother, like I said, it was before the truth or whatever. Not saying dressing like that's not what I'm trying to say, but basically some brothers might be like, you know what, babe, you look better in like these colors or whatever, right? And then she wears it. Oh my god, yeah, I do look better in these colors. But what's that showing you? That actually they like that woman because she's got that man's spirit on her, man. Right? those other people that will start to check for that same woman, right? They like her because they've got that woman now has that person's spirit on her, right? Which that's just some old foul shit, man. Right, that's just some old foul shit, but that's the kingdom that we're in, because we fucked. That's why we're in this predicament. This is punishment, man. When you're dealing with your woman, and you might be dealing with a woman, she does something, right? And then you're like, shit, where the fuck you learn to do that from, man? That's hell. Right? But that's why we want to get out of this kingdom. Right? We want to get the fuck out of here for reasons like that. Someone else has sweated out your woman. Right? But once again, people in this world, they don't care. Right? Do as thou wilt. It goes on to say, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, and the man find her in the city and lie with her. Right? So this is someone who's not consummated the marriage or anything. She's not even had the ceremony, whatever, what have you, but she's been promised to someone else. That's what that word betrothed there means. She's been promised to marry someone, right? If a man basically catches her and lies with her, right, says, then you shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and you shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, right? Because in that instance, that's what it says in the city, right? So basically, she had the opportunity to get help, right, for someone to come and stop that act happening to her. Right? Says, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. So, so thou shalt put away evil from among you. Right? But then goes to say, gives the opposite of that. Right? So, but if a man found a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her, right, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this manner. Right? For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. Right? So basically, there was no one to basically like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? So, you basically, he did wickedly. That man was the one going off. Right? It says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, then they be found. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. Right? So basically, he forced himself upon her, right? And he started dealing with her, this, that, and the other, right? But she wasn't betrothed and she wasn't married. And according to the law, sex is marriage, right? Therefore, that is now his wife, right? And I'll get that as well. It says Exodus 20 and 16, right? And then, yeah, on a Western mentality, like, oh God, but he just raped her, huh? Right? But look, that's the law of the Most High. We ain't, we don't practice that now, right? But that is just that's just what the law is, right? It says, it goes on to say, Exodus, not 20 and 16, 22:16. All right. It says, and if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. Right. So if you have sex with a woman that is not betrothed and she's not married, right, that is now technically speaking your wife. So then you ask yourself, well, wait there, right? None of these women out here are virgins. Right, so yeah, technically speaking, yeah, when we deal with these women, right, we are committing adultery if you want to be technical, right? Which is why, I'll get it later on, Yahushua says it's a wicked adulterous generation, right? And the standard that we go by is you ask the woman, you single, you seeing anyone, right? She says no, then cool, man, that's fair game, right? This is Proverbs 6:32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Right? Because when you commit adultery, man, you're killing yourself, man. Right? going out there fucking another man's woman. You're killing yourself. But that's the people out here. And then when shit happens to them, then their relatives are like, oh, but he was such a good man. No, he wasn't. He was an adulterer, right? And hey, the Lord may make you get away with that several times, right? But the thing is, you ain't getting away with it, right? Just like how Esau thinks he's getting away with the wickedness that he's doing, really and truly, no, he ain't, right? The Lord is just building that particular individual's tab, right? This is Ecclesiastes 8:11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil, right? So just this, because it ain't like touching a hot stove. You touch a hot stove, you get burnt immediately. You take your hand off, right? This is like touching a hot stove and you not being burnt for a month. So do you know what you do? You touch the hot stove. You're like, oh shit, I ain't feeling anything, right? And you keep touching it, you keep touching it. Here it is, your hand's all withering, right? You're losing sensation in your hand, but you ain't being burnt, right? But your hand's getting ruined because you keep touching the stove. You keep leaning on the stove, right? Until one day you start feeling that pain. But because your hand's been on the stove for so damn long, right, the pain's intense, right? And that's basically what these people are doing. They're committing adultery, getting away with it. But their spirit is, their spiritual tab is going up. Like, keep touching it. The tab, keep committing adultery. The tab's going higher. Keep committing the more adultery. The tab keeps getting higher, right? Until eventually, boom, the Lord comes, and the Lord judges you, man, right? And that's what is going on in this one, right? But it says, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. Yeah, it's simple, man. Hey, look, man, you want a woman, pray to the Lord for a woman, man. Right? If the Lord ain't giving you a woman, hey, so be it. You do what you gotta do, right? You gotta watch some adult entertainment. Hey, that's on you, man. Right? Beat your meat. There's so many women out there, man. And the Lord said there are women that are preserved, right, for the men of the Lord. Right, well, for these people in the world, man, they ain't got no fucking morals, man. Once again, their woman gets cheats on them, they get hurt, right? Which is why also, man, these office women, man, spending most of that, which is off, man. These office women spending most of their day, right, with other men, right? Well, who the fuck you putting on your makeup for? These bitches be going to work, putting on their makeup, putting on their best dressed clothes, right? These office parties, man. Hey, they wicked as hell, man. They wicked as hell. All kind of shit, be going on in them, man. And this is really where this inspiration comes from. Like, I was a work party yesterday, and I was just observing these people, man. I was like, man, these people are wicked, right? Hey, because at the end of the day, each brother will move around in whatever way, in terms of a working environment, whatever way suits their spirit, right? But you always got to remember, we Israelites, man, we ain't just Israelites on a Saturday, right? And this particular scripture is one that kept coming into my mind. I was like, hey, whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding, man. Because I was watching, I was observing the way these women were acting, and I was observing the way these men were acting, right? And I'm observing, I'm seeing, one woman all flirt, the guy's flirting with her, she's all playing with her hair and shit. And I'm like, but wait there, you got a man. And I'm like, wait, does he know she's got a man? I was like, has he even asked? Would he even care? Right? So this place is all out of whack, man. It's all fucked up, right? But let me get this as well. It says Sirach 9:9. It says, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms. So this is just a cautionary warning, man. Right? Sit not at all, especially if you just come in from the world, because especially if you're brand new, right, in this thing, right, the spirit of the world still on you, and you're sitting around with another man's woman, right? You just asking for trouble, man, right? But this, this as a whole, they sit not at all with another man's wife. Right? Don't be certainly don't be sitting down with her in their arms. She's all leaning on your chest and shit. Because at that point, all it takes is one laugh and one look into each other's eyes, and now you fucked. Right? Now you fucked, man. Right? Which is why this warning is there. It's basically don't do it, man. Right? Now don't be overrighteous. If you got a meeting, right? You're at work. You got a meeting with a woman. You go to that fucking meeting, man. Do your job, right? That yeah, and this is what do you call it? This is where you got to be spiritual with it. Right? So I said it in that manner, right? But look, man, don't be basic. Don't be putting yourself in situations, man. Right? So sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. Yeah, you all out. Yeah, you go to a meeting. I ain't saying then go to the pub afterwards. You and her all chatting and laughing. Nah, don't be doing that, right? Don't be doing that, man. Right? Because that's what goes on to say. It says, "Lest thine heart incline unto," right? So you start feeling for it. Oh, yeah, she's so nice, right? And says, "So through thou desire, thou fall into destruction." Yeah, because you start scheming, right? Oh yeah, oh man, shit, like this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other, right? You start planning. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, right? So you can go deal with that woman, man, right? Which that's gone off. Right? If a woman's got a man, leave her alone, man. Right? You spend if you like I said, if you're in an environment where you've got to talk to them, then you do what you gotta do, right? But you gotta be careful. You gotta put them prayers up, man. And if you're around what do you call it? Around a woman, right? That's an adulterous woman. You gotta pray to the Lord, and you know what? The Lord will hear your prayers, man. Right? And I can attest to that on several occasions. Well, the Lord will hear your prayers, and the Lord will answer your prayers in ways you don't even realize. I'll give a testimony of that example in ways you don't even realize. Right? It was at work, and there was this what you call adulterous French bitch, right? And then she just wouldn't leave me alone, right? And then what do you call it? Then you praying to the Lord and everything, and then what happened is I got hit. I got hit by an illness, right? Got smitten by an illness, right? And then my lips all scabbed up, right? Basically, my gums all messed up and my lips all scabbed up and whatever, right? And I looked hideous, right? But at the tail end of that, I went to work, right? And then this adulterous bitch, she saw that, and then it was only after I realized, like, oh shit. After that, she weren't trying to what do you call it? She weren't trying to be all adulterous towards me anymore, right? So in even in ways like that, the Lord's got your back, man. Because like I said at the time, I didn't realize that's what was going on, right? But it was, right? And the Lord delivered me from that situation. Hey, just like a Joseph, right? Hey, the Lord delivered Joseph from that situation. Yeah, he had to catch hell, for a little bit of time, from that situation. That was all to the glory of the Lord anyway, right? This is Sirach 25:2. It says, "Three sorts of men my soul hateth, and I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud, a rich man that is a liar, and an old adulterer that doteth." Right? So you get them guys who've been just committing adultery all their lives, man. Right? The Lord hates that shit, and the Lord's going to judge you for that, right? The Lord's going to judge you for that, man. Right? But when you come into this truth, they say you did that in the world. When you come into this truth, you're supposed to be a new man, right? And if you've got that, had that spirit on you, then certainly sit not at all with another man's wife, man, right? And really, that goes to everyone, no matter what your situation. They sit not at all with another man's wife, man. Obviously, use wisdom, right? But that's just not gonna end well, man. That's just not gonna end well, right? It says Matthew 5:27. It says, "Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery." Right? But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery already, hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. Right? So that's when you start scheming, you start making plans how you're gonna get this woman, right? Maybe you start getting in there. Hey, well, hey, well, your man ain't treating you right though. Hey, I think you should leave him, right? At that point, you just committed adultery, man. Right? You just committed adultery because she's now, thinking, yeah, maybe I should leave him. Right? And then she leaves him because you told her to leave him. Why? Because you wanted to fuck her, man. Right? No man knoweth the way between a man and his maid. You don't know. Hey, couples argue, man. Stay the fuck out of it. It's none of your business. That's another reason why scriptures say sit not tall with another man's woman. Because these kinds of conversations come up, man. Right? And ultimately ain't none of your business. Right? This is Matthew 12:39. It says, but he answered and said unto them, an evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. So this is an adulterous generation, man. Right? And adultery is rife in this place. Right? So ultimately you just gotta pray to the Lord that your woman doesn't step out on you. And we stepped out on the Lord. Right? You should have to pray the Lord has mercy on you that your woman doesn't step out on you. Right? Because we're the Most High's woman, pursuant to Jeremiah. Right? So then they shall no son be given to it, but the son of the prophet Jonas. Right? So like I said, I was just one on adultery, man. This place is wicked, and we want to get out of here, man. We're looking for, a new world wherein dwelleth righteousness, right? But this man's ways are no longer esteemed, right? Where women's sexual liberation isn't esteemed, right? We're looking, a place where a man can, what do you call it? Just he doesn't have to be worrying about his woman stepping out on him, this, that, and the other, right? You can have a wedding and invite your family and your cousins and your friends, and no one's gonna be trying to scheme on this cousin's wife, or that auntie's to that uncle's wife or whatever, right? Because right now in the J community, you can't have that, man. Everyone's always scheming. Everyone's always trying to fuck somebody else, right? So it's always, man, hey, when you're out and about in the world, use wisdom. Don't forget you're an Israelite, man. Always remember that in your day to day, you're an Israelite. You think about these scriptures, right? Think about these scriptures and meditate on them.